Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. Uh, Israel, I mean here. I want to talk about levels of restraint. A lot of times in these situations, I use myself as a example because basically that's just critiquing myself and be things that I used to have problems restraining from, and as over time it's getting easier because I understand more though. So levels of restraint, like I'm noticing that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people share this. People are irritating, very, and it's hard to see the good sometimes in other human beings that you cross paths with on a daily basis, knowing them, not knowing them. Uh, but people tend to have feelings about other things and then straight up take them out on anybody who comes within 10 feet of them. They become really negative, doesn't like anything, so it's just not personal. They just won't like anything unless they liked it at that point. There's no, it's irrational thinking. So it used to be to where everything set me off and I would respond to people's negativity with more negativity, and just doesn't work. It's just an attitude. Everybody has them, and you have to get past them on some level. And so that was one of mine. That was one of my biggest things. Letting people tick me off. So I find myself now, I'm able to understand that you're giving them all your goodness when you indulge in negative activity with another person, knowing that coming from a psychological standpoint, you're a human being, so you know you can just have a bad day. Well, you put yourself in them shoes, know that a person can have a bad day. They probably are. You know how to recognize it when you see it, and it's nothing personal, so you keep it good. You know, you keep it well. Try to stay out of a person's way, or be kind to them, speak kindly to them if you must speak, and things like that, and then just go on and not let them change me, because that's exactly what it did. Is at times I would notice my anger. Somebody would bring their energy in, and I would leave with it, or whatever the case may be. That's when I started noticing and putting it together. This is when I knew, and the ones before you, they teach you things. They tell you this. They should. Hopefully, somebody got somebody older than them, telling them, "Hey, man, I done been through its experience." But you get hard-headed, you don't listen. So either you'll learn from one thing or you'll learn from another. So life will teach you straight up, if don't nobody else. But it'll teach you more in the most harsh way. And so basically, if you just run through letting people, I got to the point where if you just run through getting PO'd at everybody who ticks you off, then it would be a non-stop negative motion. There would be no enjoyment. There would be no joy. You would just spend all day snapping heads off. All day. So when I started realizing that, it started becoming easier to, when you want to feel good, you don't really, you protect it. And I don't have to so much as protect it by getting mad or anything like that. You just kind of got to know that, hey, I'm going to be positive, and this person ain't going to turn my day or turn my time or anything. So that's how I began to overcome these things. And so anybody feeling like that, man, don't worry. Just change is on you. It can be done. The most hatefulest person can turn and humble themselves. And it may take more than you, or more than some, or more than the next person, but you want to make these choices on your own before they get made for you, is what I'm getting at. So yeah, restraint, it's a good thing to be practiced. And so I asked anybody in the even non-Muslims, everybody, man, let's just practice restraint with anger and frustration and it's really the lash of the tongue as well, because it can be more vicious than any physical attack. A verbal attack is just terrible for you if you only knew. It's just terrible for your spirit and your soul, and it takes so much away from you that you have no clue of. When you find out, you would, if you have sense, it would scare you. So we'll get on that another time. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. I did. I ain't gonna keep rambling on. I'ma go. The kiddies is right here. I'ma go take care of Sojourner. So once again, let's just practice restraint. Let's just give us a goal. We practice restraining from anything that usually ticks you off. If you don't like when a person says your name wrong, then every time you hear a person say your name wrong, just correct them. If they're playing, still just correct them, or no, say nothing. But understand that people gonna be people. The change is there or it's not, and it's in a lost time with that person. So the way that people are is the way that God wants them, even for if it's that for that just that minute. So we gotta start accepting each other. And that might help us deal with some of these. Want to smack the you know what I mean? Yeah, regular people. I'm a person too. I could get on the next person's nerves like they can get on mine. So it's just growing. Just growing. That's all. That's all. So I'm just hollering, man. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuh. Sin solo wa pata biyarab. Yarab. Peace. Shalom.